Cassidy and John don't date no more. It's tough. Oh, I didn't know. I thought she had him on his Instagram and he not on there no more. Yeah, he cheated on Sarah too. Yeah, no.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars.
I picked a random team and a random playbook for this game, so we're going to see. I didn't look, I just flipped through it and then clicked ready to play. So I got the Jaguars, so that's the first thing that's asked. What playbook is this? What playbook did they just give me? Bro, what is this? They gave me the worst playbook in the game. Oh my god. I'm about to lose to this bum ass nigga. And he know what he's doing. I'm about to
on first down, Bortles. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet. Did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot.
They really gave me the worst offense
on the field turf. Those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
You already know who I'm about to have on the line. And my user is going to be Miles Jack.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Carlos Watkins able to drop him for a loss of 4. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'm about to go to that restaurant
because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding into 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense.
I mean, maybe. But they just
and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
What I got to do with the
opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense
Bro, I don't even got 3-5. Oh my god. Hey, I did this to myself, man. That's all I can say. I did this to myself. I got Y9. Okay, good.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson.
I got to pick on the first play. Let's go.
Intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
Miles Jack is
moving. Get this back to the 32-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, The thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Bortles. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Now, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 46 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Dance, and he will score. It's a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
372. 380. 380.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw.
Look at this.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Over the middle, complete. It's Cole. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
To throw is Bortles. Throw left side complete. That's Cole. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Bortles. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. Finding room inside the 40. T.J. Yeldon.
Come on, man.
Taken down at the 4-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now Bortles. Well, sometimes a tough game to figure out. One play he looks so good, and then the next play so bad, going backwards.
Yeah, in a span of 2 plays, you go from hero to GOAT, right, to use one of the cliches. But I think what often happens is you have a big run, and sometimes you try and do too much with your next one.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Lucy, 372.
Bortles to throw for it on 4th down. And this is caught by Lee. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Lee from 6 yards away. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
To throw is Watson. Going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And give them a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. 3rd and long. It's Watson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence you're.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. What a stand so far defensively. And now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
380. 854 Ricky. 372.
Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. Flush to his right. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
11.
A final shot before half for Bortles. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, we do. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he'll find QT.
Bro, come on, man.
23 yards on the play.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Out of the gun, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to track him down for a loss of 13. And it'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A very solid gain of 27.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Again, it's Fournette. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Andre Howe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, 1st down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete here.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now Watson on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watson, he's letting this one go for Fuller. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Richmond. Down. Green the line. Richmond.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Come back. Tiger.
Watson looks to throw again. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 32 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Bortles now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Bortles. Flush to his right. Lee's got it over the middle. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Marquise Lee, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Watson. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Setting up the screen for Miller. Still fighting for more. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it again with Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Green 80. Green side.
Bortles to throw. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Punch right. Lucy. Throw left. 77. Green side.
Now Bortles. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The former 1st-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow, I thought you were going on the field, but okay. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Hank.
Back to throw, Bortles. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on 2nd down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They are just brimming with it right now.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Watson. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, twisting away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. First throw in OT for Watson. Flushed out right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? Anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath. And boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. Buying time to his left. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They keep it with Yeldon on first down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
11.
What can Bortles do now with his drive? And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Let's go.
Fournette, a first down carry, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Throwing now is Bortles. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Throwing is Bortles, and that carry probably not so much for yards. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Shotgun now for Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lee. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he got it! The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Here's Chandler Catanzaro ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 12. Hey, two.
They go play action here on first down. Smith catches left side. And down he'll go at the 25. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Get set.
Now Breeze on third down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A very solid gain of 27. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
21.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. Oh, wide open. Complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, 36 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Newton. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Second and 10. Newton again. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's second and 7 now from the 28. On second down, McCaffrey. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. On first and 10, Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Newton. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it first and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Do some.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And an Allen run. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa! Let's get it.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Newton now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Newton on 1st down. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Kill. Ready. Yellow lady. Watch 9.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The former LSU Tiger, Dante Jackson, on the stop. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in a run game. No gain.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Ready. Waiting.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional. Blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker Will Lutz for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, this from 34. And Lutz's kick is good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, it's Newton. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Set.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Sheldon Rankins with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.